Who's that today? And you'll spotlight us. There we go. Hey, I guess anyone who's watching this, maybe you're on the Heat team, maybe you're beyond, and there's my 1-year-old in the background. Yes, we do this with 3 kids. I'm Mariah Brown. That was Michael Brown. He still is. We're here hosting the Heat team call. For those of you that don't know, Chris and Nikki Cotton, 100 Club National Marketing Directors. They've been with the company for 30 years. That's not me. Michael and I have been with Juice Plus for just about 13 years at this point. We're qualified national marketing directors, this close to NMD. Little background, I'm a nurse practitioner. I specialize in OBGYN, so I'm a CNM by training, and Yale educated, and a mom of 3. So I have a 6-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 1-year-old. None of them have ever been on any medication. We have Juice Plus flooding through our veins. I have 3 Juice Plus babies. I've never taken a prenatal vitamin ever. And they've had Juice Plus through the breast milk and open up the capsules into their baby food, drip it on their tongues, and then they just chew the capsules. For me personally, it was a game changer. I knew that I believed in food as medicine. Hippocrates had it right, but boy, oh boy, I did not expect the changes in my own personal health. What I can tell you briefly, a lifetime of gut health gone with Juice Plus, energy level redefined. You don't need caffeine, you just need a lot of plants, right? And then with the Shred 10 program, 8 years of chronic pain, neurosurgeons telling me I needed reconstructive surgery. No, thank you. Diet modification with the Shred 10 program, and poof. I'm going to share Michael's story because he's off with the kids, and hopefully he'll come back. But he is a world championship Ironman. And when I met him, he had a shelf of supplements. I went like this, into the garbage. And instead, we switched his entire regimen to food. So we make power balls in our home, and we always have. Let food be our medicine. And what I knew before Juice Plus came in is he would run across the finish line, and often many stops along the way. Porta potties were his friends, and the flu-like symptoms after big races were just commonplace in high endurance athletes. That all transitioned, and now he's a weekend warrior and a super dad. And what I can tell you is this franchise has currently brought us both home. It was a little unexpected when my 6-year-old was born. At that point, we were really grateful for me to be able to practice just a little bit seeing patients and instead be a full-time mom. And then in January, without much planning, he lost his job. And so let me tell you, it was a surprise, but we've been really grateful for these past 6 months that with our Juice Plus income, this is our number 3. Our mortgage was paid, we had food on the table, and we're here to get to introduce Joe Ross. So the way we met Joe was actually at the Phoenix conference when we walked the stage as qualified national marketing directors. We were there doing our QNMD photos, and she was there doing her NMD photos, and the Aussie accent right away caught my attention. Her bright and shining and welcoming energy caught our attention both, and we both said, oh my gosh, we like you. Let's strike up a friendship. And she's done a couple calls just because this is the Juice Plus community. It's non-competitive. We look out for one another, even if there isn't necessarily any financial stake in the mix. And so she's built her organization through social media. And she did a call with me and Ali Schneider and AJ Major and one of my team members just simply to say, here's how I'm growing and here's how I've done it. So I'm just so grateful for Joe and really excited to have her here on this call tonight. And Michael gets to read her bio. I shared your story. Hopefully that's okay.
Oh, thanks. Hopefully it wasn't too embarrassing.
Yeah.
We're a team. We're a team. So I get the privilege of introducing Joe and reading her bio. So in the Juice Plus world, Joe is an accomplished national marketing director, 24 Club, who has successfully named her travel tribe. Oh, I'm sorry, has successfully built her travel tribe almost entirely via social media. So be sure to have your pen and paper handy to hear her nuggets of wisdom. But what you may not know is that she is a powerful 2-time breast cancer survivor who knows that life is too short to spend it not doing something you love. And that's why when Juice Plus came into her life 3 years ago, the business made complete sense to her, a no-brainer. She now spends her days sharing our company's message of inspiring healthy living and the freedom lifestyle to as many people as possible as they travel the world. Her team is appropriately named the Travel Tribe. She and the tribe are 100% dedicated to empowering others to create geographic freedom. She says life is too unpredictable to wait until tomorrow to start living your dream life. We are honored to have Jo share her energy, her wisdom, and her expertise.
Take out your pen and paper. You're going to like this, I promise.
Wow.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for the lovely welcome and for sharing your stories. Just love hearing that. I don't know that I've heard your product stories and everything before. That's amazing. So yeah, as the guy said, I am a 2 times breast cancer survivor. So I was first diagnosed when I was 33, and it was a huge shock. I'm the first person in my family to get cancer. So cancer isn't something that runs in our family, and my type of cancer wasn't genetic. So yeah, massive shock. But I was really lucky that I had some people around me who told me that, you know what, conventional medicine isn't the only way to go. And why don't you have a look into fruits and veggies and food and have a look at healing yourself. So that's actually what I did. I didn't have chemo and radiation. I did a juice diet. Like, this was long before I'd heard of Juice Plus, but I actually did a juice diet for 5 weeks, and my lump shrunk to half its size. So that was pretty amazing. So my belief in our body's ability to heal itself when we give it the proper nutrition started way back then. And yeah, so I went through that whole journey. And then, yeah, Juice Plus came into my life while I was running a traditional business doing family daycare, which I loved. Loved looking after those kids. They were so much fun. But I had been through a terrible divorce, and while I was running my traditional business, as often happens, you meet somebody new, and he's amazing. Absolutely head over heels in love with my now hubby. But that was when we started thinking, you know what? We absolutely love traveling. We had a little old camper. We were getting away in that, and everyone we met told us, you know, traveling with no end date, it's the best life. So we were like, oh, wouldn't it be amazing if you could just travel and not have any, you know, financial stress. Didn't ever think it would ever happen, but that was like our dream. And then, yeah, one day I saw a post on Facebook from a lady who was working in family daycare. She was very, very clever. She put up a post saying she was closing down her family daycare business because she'd found an online business that was making a better income. So me and about 50 other women sent her a message and said, hey, what are you up to? And she sent me the info on the products. To start with, I was very skeptical because it was in a capsule. You know, I believed in fruits and veggies, but this was in a capsule. So I was like, show me the research. I want to read the research. So I did that, was amazed at what I saw, tried the products for myself, and just loved them. So yeah, that was kind of when we decided, yep, that's it. We're all in. So that was kind of how I got started. And I think probably because I did get started on social media, that to me just made sense that was the way to connect and to start meeting people. So when I first started this business 3 years ago, I had less than 100 Facebook friends, and I have a private Facebook profile because my ex is crazy. So I still have a private Facebook profile because my ex is still crazy. But I now have about 1,700 friends. And all of those have come from connections that I've made deliberately. So I decided to use Facebook as the way to grow my business. So everything I do on social media is to grow and help people because, you know, I truly believe I meet so many people who are stuck in a career that doesn't fulfill them, that doesn't light them up, that doesn't make them happy. And I've been there and I've lived that life, and it is not fun, and none of us have got tomorrow promised. So, you know, we meet so many people who go, when I retire, I'm going to travel. When I retire, I'm going to do this. Or after the kids have left home, that's when we'll do so and so. And it's like, what if that doesn't happen? Like, what if you don't get that time? So that's what I'm passionate about doing and sharing and connecting with people. So yeah, I use social media. I went to my very first conference here in Australia 6 weeks into the business, and seeing those NMD speeches was just the most inspiring thing ever. So if I can give everybody one piece of advice, it's get to your conferences. Like, we just had ours here in Australia 2 weeks ago, so we're all still high as a kite. You know, I had about 40 of my team there personally, and it was just the best thing ever. So definitely get to those conferences because there's no greater experience and nothing more inspiring. And that was where I came up with the idea for Travel Tribe. And so, yeah, I started connecting on social media, and I actually thought, I heard somebody say on stage that if you want this business, you want this, your Juice Plus to pay you like a business, you have to treat it like a business. So I thought, okay, so if I want people to come and join me, basically, I can't really see the difference between it being like a position available, a job. So that's what I started doing. I used like the buy, swap and sell sites and the classified sites. I'm not sure if you guys have, do you guys have those kind of things like in your local towns?
Yeah, we do. And
yeah,
we do.
So basically that's what
We do, Joe, but for example, the big one, which is Craigslist, you're not allowed to advertise for anything other than a traditional job, and you get pulled if they catch you after a while. So that's something we can't do easily.
Yeah. And it's the same here, like, because with Facebook, every single different area has a different admin, and some of them may not like network marketing, some of them may not like that. And so you got to work your way through. Like, it's not a matter of just popping up an ad and suddenly hundreds of people message you. Sometimes that will happen and you're lucky, but yeah, no, it does take time. You've got to go through, you've got to find the groups. But I find social media, there are so many people out there looking. So almost all of my SCs that I have connected with have come via social media. So I'll pop up posts, for people who are looking to build a travel fund, or for people that are looking for, maybe a way to have some extras in life, whether it's, a Christmas fund or saving for a house deposit, things like that. So I'll use that as one of the methods for getting in touch with people. But basically, also because I'm an introvert. I'm not one of those people that goes out and makes friends and that kind of thing very easily. So social media makes connecting with people much, much better. It's so much easier to have a conversation over a phone than it is for me to go out and actually meet people. My hubby's wonderful. He can go out and make friends within 5 minutes, but that's not me. So if you're the kind of person who finds making new friends and new connections a bit tricky, social media is definitely an amazing way to find your tribe. Because if you know where it is you're headed and who it is that you want to help, you can, when you're posting, it's easier for you to be able to share your message. So definitely having that, knowing who it is that you want to help. So for me, I wanted to help people who were stuck in a corporate career that didn't excite them. I know some people get really passionate about helping mums find their voices again. Some people, find what it is that you want to do. And then that way, when you're sharing on social media, your message is going to come through. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to work with those who don't fit your ideal market. Like, I work with a lot of stay-at-home mums as well. But if you know who it is that you're ideally wanting to work with, your message is going to come through. So that would probably be a tip that I would say is get clear on who it is that you want to work with, and focus on finding those people and helping them if possible. So I don't know if anybody's got any questions. If you do, feel free to pop them up in the chat, because I'm more than happy to answer anything that anybody is wondering about in particular. But the other big thing is, when using your social media, honestly, you probably have heard this 100 times from your leaders, but the fortune really is in the follow-up. So having a system, whatever system works for you. In Australia, we've got the 30 and 30 grid. I'm sure you guys have probably got something similar. So for the first 2 years of my business, I took my 30 and 30 grid with me everywhere. So it travelled around Australia in our caravan. After I was able to close down my family daycare business after about a year, my hubby was also able to close down his plastering business. I think you guys call it drywall. Then we were able to close that down, jump in our caravan, and we've been travelling down the east coast of Australia. We got to the little island bit down the bottom, Tasmania, and we're only supposed to stay for 4 months, but we totally fell in love with it. Found a little 100-year-old cottage on the beach, and we've bought that, and that's now our home base. At the moment, I'm back up in Sydney because my mum is actually about to have massive heart surgery on Tuesday. And because of the power of this business, I'm now able to just pack up home, get a house sitter in, come up and be with her, and then help her and assist her as much as she needs. And then we're going to take her back down to Tassie and look after her for the rest of the year.
Hey,
So,
I just want to let you know there are a few questions. Are you okay if I just interject and ask them?
yeah, no worries.
So number one is an example of what you would say and how often do you connect? Like I always hear the 80-20 rule, that 80% should be just relationship building and 20% actually bringing up the business opportunity or Juice Plus. So what do you say, and at what point do you feel like it's appropriate to bring up the possibility of income or a health change through Juice Plus?
So definitely asking questions. I don't have like a hard and fast rule. Every single conversation is different. But basically it's a matter of, when I'm trying to build relationships, so there's two different methods I use to build my business. So one's the cold market and connecting with people on social media, and that's always about the business. So when they've connected with me, I'm straight away, I keep it really, really professional. And so my messages when people ask me about the business is very much, hi, thanks so much for getting in touch about Travel Tribe. What is it that gets you interested in working online? I'd love to know more about you, and then we can see if what we do would be a good fit. So I always try to find out as much about people beforehand. So I want to know if they're a mum. I want to know if they're trying to get out of work. I want to know if they've got a husband who works away and they'd love to bring him home. So definitely finding out what it is that they want when it's regarding the business. If we've just connected, like I've just added a new friend and they hasn't actually been about the business, it's definitely asking those questions. There's so many different acronyms, but asking people about their family, finding out about them. It doesn't usually take too many questions before you find out if, they're at home or they have to go back to work. And then you ask, well, what do you do for work? Do you like what you do for work? It doesn't take too many questions to be able to get around to finding out if they're happy. And usually if people's health isn't great, they tell you pretty quickly. So just asking those questions.
Do you have a business Facebook page at this point? Or I think I heard you say with Cold Market, they're leaning into you and bringing up Travel Tribe. So it sounds like right away, that's what they're associating you with.
Yes.
So is your Facebook page personal or business? And how is it that they know about that so quickly?
So this is because when I pop an ad up in on one of the buy and sell sites, it's from Travel Tribe. So I will do it as a business ad. So, Travel Tribe is looking for people to join our fast growing movement. We're here to help people who are looking for a way to earn an extra income from home, part-time, around your other commitments. If this is something that you're interested in, please get in touch. So that's kind of, something along those lines would be an ad that I'd put up. So when they connect with me, they're instantly asking about the business, wanting to know more. So it's about creating curiosity and getting them to come to me and ask.
And there's someone else that's asked about joining groups. So are you spending a lot of time joining fitness groups and gardening groups? If you have the Tower Gardens in Australia, I don't know if you do, but
no, unfortunately, it's terrible. We're devastated. Honestly, the day they bring Tower Gardens to Australia, it's going to go nuts.
Yes.
We would love them, but definitely groups are amazing. However, I don't join fitness groups or health groups because everybody in there is already an expert or think they are, or they already are on some kind of program. When I join groups, it's groups that I'm interested in. So I have a pet parrot that travels around Australia with us. I'm in parrot groups. We've recently got a miniature schnauzer, so I'm in miniature schnauzer groups. I love my indoor plants, so I'm in indoor plant groups. I've recently started working with clay, so I'm in clay groups, things that I'm actually interested in. I would never suggest joining a group. I would never join a rock climbing group because I'm not interested in it. I don't know what they're talking about, and I wouldn't be genuine. I wouldn't be authentic, and I wouldn't really, care, and I wouldn't know how to comment and connect with those people. Join groups that you're actually interested in, because ultimately you want to do business with friends and with people who have the same interests as you. That's who you really want to work with. So go and find people. And then it's not weird to send somebody a friend request. If you've commented on somebody's cute picture and go, oh my gosh, your puppy is so adorable. I remember when my dog was that big, and they'll comment back. And then, you might have a little conversation and then you can send them a friend request. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to accept. And then it's really easy to just send them, a very, very simple message. Hey, Sarah, thanks so much for the friend ad. I can't wait to follow your posts. And if you're busy, that's all you need to do, because you've opened that doorway. You've made that new friend. They're going to start watching your posts. They're going to see as you post recipes and shred groups and, oh, hey, I just saw Mel pop up. Caravan group. Yes, Mel and I, one of my teamies is on here. So caravan groups, absolutely. As I was traveling, just posting my photos of the day, so grateful that this is the view I have while I'm having breakfast. And, it's the beach or whatever. Creating that curiosity and living the life is super important. And, you might still be in a 9-to-5 job and not able to live that life that you're working towards, but posting about it as if that's what you're working towards, like having that vision. People follow people with vision. If you know where you're going and you're headed in that way, people want to join you.
Mm-hmm.
There's not enough of that positivity and that this is our mission, this is where we're going. When you do have that, that's how you do attract your tribe.
Would you talk a little bit about office hours? So I could imagine a rabbit hole where I could spend hours upon hours in Facebook, and next thing I know, I don't even know why I hopped on in the first place. Do you set timers for yourself? Do you set boundaries? For those people that are still working in 9 to 5, how do you suggest they fit that in?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I first started, I still had my traditional business. I had kids at my house from 7 a.m. So I totally understand. For me, every single Sunday, sitting down and working out my week is vital. So I'm massive on scheduling, and I have my diary and it's my life. My hubby knows not to book anything in before we've checked the diary.
I have to interrupt. In the US, diary is calendar. So there's a
schedule?
Yeah, or schedule, right. So just a little translation there. Keep going.
Okay. So whatever it is that you use to organize your day. So so your organizer. So this is mine. It comes with me everywhere. It's in half-hour blocks. So every Sunday, I sit down and map out my posts for the week. So I'm a super, super organized nut. On my phone, I actually have a section on my phone. You know how you have phone gallery and you organize your photos? I actually will put my photos into a separate little folder for the week. So I know, I'll have a screenshot of one of our recipes. I'll have a screenshot of a picture of an exercise picture. I'll have some motivational quotes. And then, of course, I leave room for life as it happens, but I'll have testimonials, things like that already saved in there, because I find if I don't, it's stressful. I get anxious about, well, what am I going to post? Oh no, I haven't posted today yet. What am I going to do? And when you're working and you're a mum and you've got kids and a husband and a house and everything else, you don't have time for that. So do yourself a favor. On the weekend, put aside half an hour to just sit down with an A4 piece of paper, rule it up Monday through to Sunday, chop it in half and do AM and PM. You've got morning post and night post. So you can go something, a gratitude post, an inspirational post, a recipe, split it all up, and then you've still got room for life as it happens. If you've got a beautiful sunset or your kids are doing something, you can still post that as well. But definitely having that plan takes away a lot of the stress and the overwhelm. So stolen moments, you really can build this business in stolen moments. So one of my beautiful team who's hit NMD, she was a teacher who was not allowed her mobile phone at school. So she'd be on the toilet break. She'd sneak her phone into the toilet. She's built an NMD business from posts in the morning, answering messages while she's sneaking to the loo, and then putting in a couple of hours at night as well. So she worked her butt off for 18 months, and now she's not a teacher anymore. She's, you know, just doing Juice Plus now. So if you really, really want this, yeah, you can definitely build this in part-time stolen moments as long as you schedule. You've got to be disciplined, but this is where that treat it like a business and it will pay you like a business. So for me, when I'm traveling, it'd be really easy for me to just have fun all the time. But I set work hours. So from 2 p.m. every afternoon, you know, I go out and enjoy life and do tours and do the touristy thing. But from 2 p.m. every afternoon, my team knows that's when we book in three-way calls. That's when I do my personal DMO. That's when I still try building my business. So you've got to set those work hours for yourself.
And I know
sorry, just
4 minutes left, those last couple of questions. So they're similar, just kind of as you're building a relationship with someone, and maybe they're not necessarily commenting a whole lot on what you're doing, but you're commenting on them. Can you give some examples of how you switch the conversation from your schnauzer or your trip to Bondi Beach over to health and potentially bringing up Juice Plus?
So it's just questions. It's getting curious about them. Like people love to talk about themselves. So if you can get them talking about them, you know, it's like if they might ask about Bondi and how beautiful it is, it's like, oh yeah, it's so amazing. You know, have you ever been to any great beaches? Do you like to travel? You know, when was the last time you guys took a family holiday? You know, is that something you'd like to do more of? And just get it happening. And it doesn't happen every single conversation. So just over the last 6 weeks, do you guys know about Teamsy?
Yes, it's used broadly here.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm really behind the 8 ball. I only discovered it 6 weeks ago. And honestly, I am kicking myself and loving it at the same time. So Teamsy, I'm loving. So the fortune is in the follow-up. You know, follow up with these people. You know, they're always watching. Even if they're not liking and commenting on your stuff, they're always watching. So definitely keep asking those questions and keep following up with people.
And
I just saw something on there about paying for ads. No, I don't really pay for ads. All of my stuff is done for free. I have tried a few boosted posts and things like that, and honestly, I've not had very much success. I know lots of people do, but I personally have not. I don't know if I just don't know what I'm doing in that regard or not, but yeah, I don't pay for anything. This is all just the free avenues that you can use through social media.
And I feel like I heard an undertone, maybe I'm making an assumption that maybe you lead with the business almost more than you lead with the health conversation. Would
Absolutely.
you tell us more about that in 1 minute and then I'll close it out.
No worries. So I post healthy living on my site. People know I'm a breast cancer survivor. I share recipes. People know I do meat-free Mondays, things like that. And I do post on my personal page about why I love our products, why I love our shakes, things like that. So people know if they want to get in touch, they can do that. And I do get customers from that. But when I'm using social media, the products are a no-brainer. It's fruit, veg, and berries. Everybody needs it. But not everybody knows about the business. And this business gives you the ultimate life. And that is what I want to help people with, even more than health, which I know sounds strange, but what this business can give you, you know, it gives you not only health, it gives you the world. Like, you know, I just got back from China last month. Never in a million years did I think I would get to go to China. Been to the US twice, been to Fiji, Tonga. We've got a 6 weeks trip in Europe planned. You know, sharing that with people who watch your journey and see you're a normal, everyday person who you're not anybody special, you've been through challenges, and then you get to live this life. That's inspiring to people. The people who are ready to step up, they're going to come to you. So just absolutely living your best life. The business is amazing. And I know a lot of people seem to have most trouble sharing the business. But if you can decide that this business is what you want to do and you want to share it with other people, you're unstoppable. You got that vision, you know where you're going, people want to come along. You just have to decide that this business is as good as the products and fall in love with it and share it with everybody.
Oh, this was so awesome. I'm already seeing people say yes, yes, such great training. So Joe, it's 31 after, so I just want to honor your time. I know we all live super productive lives. And, you know, you're a 24 Club National Marketing Director. You've got lots of things that you could be doing. And I don't have no idea what day or time it is there, but I know it's not 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time Tuesday evening. So thank you so much. This was recorded. So if you want a copy of it, we'll get it your way. Anyone else, you're welcome to share it with your teams. And here we go. Go out, build some relationships. And I see the traction marketing. There's more questions. So and you're welcome to unmute yourself and give Joe a big thank you. Joe, if you have time,
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you,
Love
Joe.
it.
Big
Woohoo!
That was incredible.
Excellent.
Bye bye.